Okay, hello everyone and welcome to Anime-chan. I've had an extremely busy day, so I'm so excited to just sit back and enjoy My Hero Academia. This is episode 75, I think episode 12 in the season, but I'm not 100% sure. As you know, these are timer reactions, so just check the link in the description that will describe to you how to watch a timer reaction. I have seen nothing about today's episode because I didn't have any time to go on Twitter. Well, that's a lie. I checked my notifications once, but I didn't have time to scroll through Twitter and look at things. So that means that I didn't see anyone's posts, anyone's thoughts on this episode. So I'm going into this one completely without expectations. I will talk a little bit about something at the end of the video, but I'll leave that for when we get there. Okay, so I will just tell you when the opening starts, or I'll maybe read the first two lines so you know where we're at, but it starts immediately with the episode, so just make sure your timer is aligned with mine. Let's press play together in 3, 2, 1. Okay. So it starts with him asking to save Eri that badly. Oh yeah, we saw this happen. Whew. We saw this happen. I completely forgot about this. I completely forgot that Deku already broke through. Okay, Deku is running. Deku jumps. Deku is flying through the air. Montage of memories from past seasons. My Hero Academia flashes across the screen. And now you should definitely be aligned, right? I just love seeing Bakugo's face there. I still have some alcohol left from New Year's Eve. I did not drink enough compared to... We didn't even get that much, let's just be clear. But we didn't drink half as much as we thought. So now I'm trying to have some of it to finish it, but... Yeah. So this is lychee juice and 2 shots of vodka and ice. I love that last Ike. How did he go from so small to so big? They're definitely not on your side. I kind of wanted it to go from where we saw. Saving Eri! Yeah, why'd you need that guy to talk you into action? Aren't you heroes? Go, go, go! Are they acting on their own though? Aren't they supposed to be working? What is all the spots on him? Oh shit, who the fuck is Chrono? Was it that guy? You have such a wonderful quirk. Why do you suck so much? No! No! It didn't pierce him? What the fuck? Hebrew. Makes you think of something in One Piece I recently saw. Like yesterday. What the? How did he? He destroyed himself and then fused them? Oh my fuck, okay, that's what he did. That's insane. He fixed himself. So how does it feel to join with someone? So it was that. Senpai! Protect them! Protect them, Deku! Save them! Take them away! Mm-hmm. So cute. I love him so much now. I didn't like his face and I thought like me and now I'm like what? Yeah, so interesting. No, that's not it. He's brainwashed her. Just grab her and run. Or... The guy who sees the future not dodge that, but he can dodge it. Woo! Knock him out. Manchester smash. Knock him out. Oh shit, and he... Fuck. Oh, that's what we just saw. Oh. No, don't let him. Don't let him. But then if that doesn't happen, then your future isn't so, your foresight isn't so perfect, right? He has all for one. He can do it. Yay! Yay! Ah, I saw Froppy and I saw the Dragon Lady and probably Ochako too. But I don't understand. If he saw it, then it has to happen. If it doesn't happen, then all of his foresight could be changed. But he said he tasted it. Huh? Whoa, next week's gonna be crazy good. I'm excited. I'm excited for next week. This whole thing about Eri not wanting to be saved because, like Overhaul said, for her it's easier to suffer than have others suffer for her. In this case, it's easier to keep doing what's wrong. In this scenario, she's a little child. She thinks it's easier to suffer herself, even though that's wrong. She shouldn't be suffering. Any child shouldn't have to live their life like that. That's wrong. But for her, that's the easier option than watching other people suffer for her, you know? She's small, so she doesn't see the fact that if she keeps working with Overhaul, the people suffering in the long run is going to be more, you know? She's small, so she doesn't see that. She just wants to save the handful of people right now because in her mind, they're suffering because of her. It's all her fault. And that's how Overhaul brainwashed her. He makes her feel like she's the cursed one. She's the reason they're all suffering. It's all her fault. And it's easier, or not easier, but, well, yeah, he said easier for you to suffer then. And that makes me think about things like, just because someone believes how things are, even though they hurt and they're bad, is better than an alternative. Like, it makes me feel like I'm explaining this poorly, but let me try and explain. So there's a lot of stuff in this world that's happening, and in some countries, women are sold as wives, and they're not allowed to work. They're not allowed to show certain parts of their skin. Their abuse to them is normal. Like, if they say something out of line, they get fucking slapped over the head, and they should just accept that. And to them, that's the norm. Like, Eddie thinks that's how things should be for the rest of the world, because for Eddie, she thinks her suffering is at least sparing the people that are hurting now. So she thinks it's the better thing. In the case of some women all around the world who aren't allowed to work, have to obey their husbands, whoever they were sold to, like, this shit happens. They think that that's how things should be, okay, because their religion says so. And even though they believe that, they believe that it is for us to say, or to use, I don't know, common sense, because religion is based on faith. It's not based on facts, you know? So in the same way, Eri can't base her beliefs about what is right and wrong on facts. She can just go off of what's in front of her right now and what Chisaki has taught her. So she can only act on that. She can't think like we us as viewers, as heroes, we can see a child. It is not right. It is not right for a child to suffer like that. Because it's not her fault. She was born with a certain quirk. She can't make decisions for herself since a baby. Like, she was put into the situation. So that where she is not a fault of her own. So it's our responsibility, even if she doesn't want to be saved, to save her from that. Don't you think? I'm not saying I'm right here, but I'm saying I believe that that's the right thing to do. We should save people. Like, that doesn't mean we should now go, because we can't go around the world stealing women from their homes if we don't know the full situation and blah blah blah. Like, but we can at least talk about human rights and and decide as a international community what should be allowed and what shouldn't, regardless of religion or things like that, how do I put it, transcend logic. Because faith and religion and stuff, it's supposed to transcend logic, right? You can't see God, he doesn't sit down and talk to you, but you have faith in him because of XYZ reasons and blah 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 blah. I'm not saying religion is wrong here, but I'm saying as an international community with different religions, if each person's religion is allowed, should be allowed, we should at least have a common set of human rights that we can agree upon that override religion. Like, I know it sounds like I'm stretching it a bit here, but it comes down to the same thing, because Eri believes that not being saved is what's the better thing because of what Chisaki taught her. In the same way, many women believe they deserve to be abused or sold or whatever because they think that is what their religion says or that is what they've been taught. But shouldn't we, as the rest of humanity, sit and discuss proper human rights and then, to some extent, and I'm sorry that this comes off as crude, but decide for them? I'm sorry, Eri, you have to be saved because that is what is right in the situation. It might feel better for you now to give yourself up for these couple of people that you're saving. It might feel better for you in this moment, but that is not what's right. What's right is for you, a child, to be saved. And also, let's just admit, your power is being misused by Overhaul. That's also like, that's going to hurt more people in the long run. So what is right now, even though you might not explicitly want it, you have to be saved. Don't you guys think that that's why international laws, human rights are so important? Because sometimes people think that just because they believe something or they're being, like in Eri's case, she's a child. We can't obviously say, oh, you should know better, Eri, because blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just trying to say, there's a right and a wrong here, and just because she believes she shouldn't be saved, or she believes it's going to be better if she isn't, or if they, that doesn't make it right. The right thing here is to keep fighting, to try and save her. You know? Very, very fantastic episode. The first little, like the first 5 to 6 minutes, I felt like, could you just get to that part? But I liked the part about Rocklock's little memory about his child and about, so I liked that. And then when it got to the part where I wanted it to get, damn, then it was good, you know. So the first few minutes, meh, but at least they got there, and it was like, you know, it's just, I guess with My Hero Academia, it's been so great up to now. Our expectations are so high, but we forget that no anime can be consistently high. And that's what I wanted to talk about also with regards to, I mentioned it at the beginning of the video, that I wanted to talk about something from last week. And people were saying like, because some people were of the opinion that the episode could have been better, and some people thought it was perfect. And the people that thought it was like perfect thought, because the people that said it could have been better, the people arguing with them, the ones that thought it was perfect, were saying like, oh, but it improved on the manga, it added things that wasn't even in the manga, because some people were saying like it felt like a slideshow, and then they were like, well, that wasn't even in the manga, so actually they did it better, blah, 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 blah. And I understand where they're coming from, like, okay, but I think what the people on this side are trying to say is it could have been like All Might versus All for One, yes, that guy. It could have been, because I remember when I was watching that episode back in season something, I remember I didn't react to it. I didn't have my channel at that point, I think. No, I didn't. I was watching it with a friend who lives far away, but he was here for the weekend, and we downloaded the episode together, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna watch it together. And I remember us standing up and being like, you know, we were not even on the edge of our seats, we got off our seats, and it was like that big of an episode. It was like, whoa, indescribable. And then we just feel, the people on the side, we just feel like it wasn't bad. It wasn't that it did not do the manga justice or anything like that, because I'm not a manga reader. I am technically, but I read the manga after watching the seasons, and I only read up until before the Deku versus Kachan fight. So technically in this case, I'm not a manga reader because I haven't seen that fight in the manga. So for someone like me who isn't a manga reader, I wasn't disappointed because it didn't do the manga justice. I just felt like that scene had so much potential. And it just didn't it's not that it didn't live up to my expectations, it's because I didn't have any expectations. I didn't even like Mirio all that much before that episode because I didn't really understand him. We hadn't gotten lots of time with him, and his face makes me think of Tintin. So it's not that it didn't live up to my expectations. I'm not a manga reader. It's just that's everything in that episode. Mirio's whole, it had so much potential, and it could have been even more. It wasn't not good, it was great. It was just, I could see so much potential for it. And I feel like had they maybe not been working on the movie at the same time, they could have done more with it, because an anime is an adaptation from the manga. So they have the opportunity to even improve on it. In example. For example, Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer, the manga, is amazing. But what they did with that manga, mind-blowing. They expanded on things. The visuals were even better. Like, I'm not saying the manga visuals aren't good. I'm just saying, like, they didn't just adapt the manga, they built on it. And I feel like they could have done that with last week's episode 2, had they not been so busy, possibly, I don't know if this is a fact, possibly working on the movie at the same time, a movie which apparently we can't even watch yet. It's like apparently a movie that is supposed to come after the 4th season. So the movie is for the manga readers, but why? Why make that movie? I don't know if this is fact, but that's what I heard. I heard this movie is supposed to air or supposed to be watched in the timeline after season 4. No, wait. Season 5. What season are we on? This is season 4. After season 5. Or something like that. I heard something insane like that. And I'm just like, could you, really? Like, couldn't you just focus on this and make it, because it had so much potential. But it's fine. It's fine. It was great. And I still, like, the emotion from the character still came through. The voice acting was great. And even with maybe not ideal visuals, the message was conveyed. The feelings were conveyed. And right now, Mirio, like, damn, he jumped onto my best boy list. I'll show you guys what my best boy list looks like. It's so nice watching a story like this right now. Just have these good feels, like things are gonna work out. Sorry, I'm rambling in my own mind. Here we go. So this is my Annie list. The link is in the description. Should be 1,000. How did I? Okay. Anyway, so Mirio, the only My Hero Academia character that was on my because I have a top 12 boys, 1, 2, 3, blah 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 blah, 12. And then top 12 girls. 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 12. Okay. So, they're listed in 2 separate... I can't make them 2 separate lists, so it's just 1 to 12, 1 to 12. So the only My Hero Academia character I had on this list was Bakugo, at number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And after the last episode, I had to at least put him on the list. So he jumped from not being a character even on my radar, because honestly I thought like he's a bit odd, he's an oddball and he has this Tintin face and and then last week, and then he didn't just go on my favorite character, because this list it's a long list. Look, like reorder, if I go here, only the top 24 show up, but in Nope, this is not a particular order. Only the top 24, 12 girls, 12 boys are in order. After that, it's totally mixed, just added characters. So, like, the list is long. It is a long list. And Mirio was not even on this list. So to jump from not being on the list at all to all the way up to 12th place is huge. And despite the visuals not being, you know, what in my mind it could have been, and like I said, in my mind, it could have been like All Might versus All for One, that level. Even though it could have been that, despite it not being, it's still the message of the story. It conveyed everything it needed to convey. So it's not like it's the worst thing. We're not saying, oh, well, this shit, it sucked. We're not saying that. I mean, the group of people on this side. And we're just saying it could have been so much more. See, last year, for example, on my, because I do Animation Awards, I just did it last year for the first time, because that's when I started my channel, and now this year, I recently posted my Animation Awards for 2019, and in the Animation Awards for 2018, the most reaction-worthy moment of the year was something I didn't even react to, like, this year, it was an episode from Attack on Titan, but it's my most viewed video on YouTube, right? from this year. It's my most viewed, not just from this year, but on my channel ever. It's my most viewed video. An Attack on Titan moment that was that won most reaction worthy moment of the year. So last year in my 2018 rewards, my most reaction worthy moment from that year, from 2018, was that episode of My Hero Academia that I didn't even react to, and it won most reaction worthy moment. Sadly, I couldn't do reactions because I'm pretty sure it happened a while before I started my channel, or maybe because I had trouble with, maybe I started my channel but I couldn't post reactions because they kept getting blocked, because I tried to do highlights for a while and that didn't work. But anyway, so it won most reaction worthy moment of the year. Like, that is the level of greatness that scene was. And I guess some of us just saw that potential in the last episode. But anyway, bringing it back to this episode, it was great. It was really, really great. And I'm glad that they didn't... I was worried that this whole episode was gonna be about Deku, and it would have felt a little bit empty to me after Meteor's episode, and then Deku would just come in and swoop in and save the day. I was a little bit worried about that, like, because I felt like, you know, that was Meteor's moment, and like if Deku had an even bigger moment after that, I feel like it would have been a bit really, like, it would have downplayed Meteor's moment, but it didn't at all. Deku swooped in and he worked hard, but he didn't necessarily, you know, swoop in and save the day and steal the moment or anything. So I'm really glad how things played out. I think it was great. And I'm looking forward again to next Saturday's episode. Let me know what your thoughts are on this episode. I will see you again next Saturday. Bye.